Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on this whole situation with Jake Paul, and Tyron Woodley. Now, at the end of the day, I want Tyron Woodley to win, but then there's a part of me that's like, dang, Jake Paul might win. I really don't know. The fight hasn't happened yet. Probably by the time this episode does come out, that the fight would have already have happened, and I probably will either do a video or an episode talking on the fight, or probably both. I really don't know. But anyways, I could say that Jake Paul is very confident in this fight. You know, he has a confidence about himself that he's really going to win this fight, which is good. You don't want to get into a fight and, doubt yourself. So it's good that he has this confidence. But in reality, I'm like, I don't know. And that's the thing where I'm like, I don't want to say that he's, going to lose, because it's like, bruh, we've said that every other time. Like, we said that with the last fight. He's going up against a professional fighter. And what did he do? He won. Then times before that, like, oh, he's going to get killed. He's going to get murdered. And it's like, oh, okay, he ends up succeeding and winning the next fight. So, and plus, by the way, if you're hearing buttons clicking and stuff, I'm currently, trying to find games to, stream and play and record videos on and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, it's like, bro, we've doubted this guy. And even KSI had kind of talked on it. It's like, we've doubted this guy in almost all of his fights. And even I think all the way early back to the Deji fight, we doubted him then. And what did he do? And I think that it's he is training hard enough, but I don't know. That doubt, it's really strong with this fight, because I'm like, bro, you're going up against somebody I feel like that has a drive, that has an anger, that really wants to fight you. I feel like Nate Robinson was probably thinking along the lines I ain't gotta train that much. At the end of the day, he's a kid, he's a YouTuber, he ain't gonna win this. What did Jake Paul do? He won that fight. Same with this Ben Askren guy. He probably was just like, okay, I'm a professional fighter, I ain't gotta train that much. And so on. But I feel like with Tyron Woodley, I feel like he trained for this fight. I feel like that he's taking this fight serious. And I'm gonna be so disappointed if getting into this fight and it's just it's not good, or it's it just wasn't taking the distance for it to be a fight that was well played out and stuff. All of Jake Paul's fights, I think, have been first round knockouts. Hold on for a second. Let me overall see. But yeah, I think all of his fights was all first round knockouts and stuff. So that's why I'm like, bro, you Tyron Woodley, you can't go out like this and then think oh, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be okay. So hold on, I'm still looking. It's up. Hold on. I'm still looking. Professional career. Mike Tyson. Was he an undercard? Dang, he was an undercard for Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Dang, I straight forgot about that. I didn't realize TKO. Oh, so it was the second round for Nate Robinson. That's right, it was the second round. But yeah, all right. So what? An Isan Gibb. That's a YouTuber. So first round knockout with him. Second round knockout, but then first round knockout with Ben Askren. I'm like, bro, he's knocking people out quick. Fam, he's playing this as if he's on the easy on UFC 4 and he's aiming for the championship. That's why I'm just, that's what kind of has me a little doubting the situation. Dang, Tyron Woodley, he might not win this, but I'm at the same time, I'm hey, yo, he's because I think from what I heard that Tyron Woodley, I've never seen the Tyron Woodley UFC fight. So from what I heard, that he was really good, that he's good at striking. But then also they did say that he lost his last two fights, and I really don't know who these other two guys were that Tyron Woodley went up against. But I'm still at the end of the day, he did lose his last two fights, and so that's why I'm maybe he's doing this to prove himself. Or maybe he's, doing this, I don't know, for the check. I would, that's the thing. I want to find that, hard to believe. I want to start thinking along the lines, people ain't doing this for a check. Because I'm like, if people are like professionally boxing just to get the check, I'm like, bro, y'all need to stop doing that. Because I'm like, it's not entertaining. It's, you know, when somebody's getting knocked out first round and things. Like, my thing is this: if I'm going to be like boxing and stuff, if I had like that type of money and that type of clout to pay off a boxer and stuff and be like, okay, like, no, I'm gonna be like, okay, no, we're gonna take it all the way to like the, you know, last round, or we gonna go the distance with it. This ain't gonna be no fight where it's just gonna last like a couple of seconds and then it's over with. Like, no, we gonna go the distance with this, you know, have a couple of good punches, but, you know, yeah, but then like if I am gonna be paying off the guy to take a L, I'm like, okay, yeah, just, you know, make sure that, you know, you take that L at the end and things. But I'm like, bro, like, I just don't think that, you know, and some stuff like that, like, all right, so let's say if a boxer, you do pay them or something to do that, and then they ask for the money beforehand, they ask for the money, and then they still try to like take you down and knock you out and stuff. So then what happens? See, that's why I'm like, I just want to believe that whole thing is just fake. Like, I don't believe that, you know, people are out here really paying off boxers. I mean, it could be the case, it can be true. I'm not saying that it ain't never happened before, but I want to believe, like, for this fight, that it's not, you know, that's not gonna happen. Because I'm like, bro, I want, you know, I think I am what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna buy it, but I am gonna like watch it on like, you know, or just watch like the, I guess, like the highlights, or try to like catch it on Twitter or something. I ain't gonna like try to illegally watch it and stuff, but I am gonna try to, you know, see the results and things on Twitter. But I'm like, bro, like, it's gonna be crazy if I see like Jake Paul won, like, because then at that point, like, it's gonna have to be a professional boxer. Because I'm like, okay, you know, first it was a basketball player, then it was a UFC fighter that was a wrestler, and then it was all right, then it was a YouTuber. Yeah, so I was a YouTuber, basketball player, and then it was a guy, Ben Askren, and I think what did he specialize in UFC? Team wrestling. Okay, so he is a wrestler, fighting style wrestling. So I'm like, yeah, that dude ain't cut out for like striking and all that. He might have knocked out. Let's see if Ben Askren, if he knocked out anybody. Mixed martial arts record. So no, he has. Dang, he's knocked out a lot of people. His first first fight was a TKO knockout. It was like, okay, so some submissions, decisions. TKO, eye poke. Did he lose that, or did he retain? I don't even freaking know. But anyways, TKO. So he's knocked out. Oh, well, it's like with punches. But it was like punches, but then it was like, I think the last KO was with, it was a flying knee and stuff. So I'm, okay, so he's knocked out. So my thing is like, bro, how do you, like, take that fat of an L, bro? Like, the fact that the fight was like, bro, that just has me to, like, you know, it wants me to believe that maybe Jake Paul did pay him off. But I'm like, nah, like, you can't go out like that, bro. Like, you can't go out like, nah. My thing is like, nah, I can't go out like that. I'm like, either this fight gotta go the distance, and I gotta like train hard for this fight. But I'm like, bro, what form of training is he doing, or how hard is he training, or what is he doing different from other boxers when he's knocking these guys out? Like, I ain't saying that they ain't been done before, it ain't possible, but I'm like, fam, what is he doing? You know, like, that's when I'm confused off of. I'm like, nah, he's doing something, but I'm like, that to me just, that ain't adding up. So that's why I'm like, bro, Tyron Woodley, like, my thing is this. I want Tyron Woodley to win, but at the same time, I'm like, I really don't know too much about him, and a part of me is kind of doubting him. And then there's a part of me that's also doubting Jake Paul, because I'm like, hey, yo, you know, Jake Paul, like, he might lose this. But I'm like, Tyron Woodley might lose this. At the end of the day, I really don't know. But I'm like, dang, this fight just needs to hurry up and happen. I'm like, I've been waiting for this fight for so long, and I'm like, this is a fight where I am curious about it. Just to overall see like what happens and see if it goes the distance or if it's gonna be a quick knockout. But I'm like, we ain't even like talking on the fact like this could be a quick knockout for like Tyron Woodley knocking out Jake Paul. And I'm like, dang, if that happens, I'm like, Jake Paul, sit down, shut up, don't talk about nobody, don't say nothing to nobody, because I'm like, now you just got put in your place. Like, you can't say nothing to nobody, bruh. Like, that's, I'm like, man, it's like, that's, I'm like, that's what, I think the majority of the, fighters or the people that are, like, really watching this fight, I think that's what they want to see. They want to see him get knocked out. They want to see where it's like, okay, he's feeling like that pain from other fighters and stuff. So that's, I'm like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm like, hey, you know what, bro? What you need, with Tyron Woodley, what he needs to do, because I'm out here getting distracted and stuff. I've seen the game and stuff, and it kind of distracted me. But anyways, with Tyron Woodley, what he needs to do, all right, is just, whatever, like, that drive, that anger that you had for some of your biggest fights, like, bro, you need to have that, like, for about probably by the time, like, this episode comes out, it ain't like he gonna hear it, like, it's gonna be afterwards and stuff, but I'm just more so just saying, like, beforehand, like, he needs to have that drive, he needs to have, like, whatever, like, his biggest fight was, he needs to have that, alright? And, I guess, like, if there is any advice that I could give Jake Paul, it's like, all right, do what you've been doing. But I feel like with this fight, he's going to have to go in 10 times harder. He can't go into this fight, thinking that, oh, it's going to be all fun and games and stuff. Like, nah, you're going to have to go into this fight 10 times harder. And if you don't, you gonna lose. Like, you gonna lose, and it's going to be a sight to see. I think there's gonna probably be a lot of people gonna be happy about this fight if Jake Paul loses and stuff. So if he does, he does. But if he wins, then it's like, dang, well, I mean, he's won all of his other fights, so what makes this fight any different and things? Like, dang, I really don't want to doubt Tyron Woodley, but I'm like, bro, I'm saying, like, you going up against somebody that they done had some, like, they had some good fights before, and they won them fights, and it was, like, knockouts. Like, all the fact that every fight that Jake Paul has been a part of, besides the Deji fight, has all been knockouts, like, bro, that don't leave people worried. That don't leave people, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's doubting this man because you don't like him. But I'm like, bro, I'm saying, like, just because you don't like him don't mean that he's gonna lose the fight because you don't like him. Like, bro, do you know how many boxers and UFC fighters, and let's even go deep down in depth with the wrestlers, you know how many times when they've been a part of these fights and they have it where people don't like them, but they still win anyways? I'm saying, like, well, wrestling is, like, more planned out and stuff, but I'm just saying, like, bro, it happens. Like, just because you don't like the person, that don't mean, like, oh, okay, well, now that they don't like me, like, I got it. There's gonna be that day where they fall, they crumble, but while they're winning, bro, they gonna have their moments. So I'm like, I guess, like, at the end of the day, it's all about being patient. But it's like, it does kind of feel like a little bit like, like mean and messed up. Like, oh, I can't wait for the day Jake Paul loses and stuff. Because I would imagine that he is training hard for this. Like, I would imagine that he is. And he's, he ain't trying to, just doing this for, like, clout reasons. I mean, I overall think he's quit YouTube. Because I'm like, hold on for a second. Let me open up another channel, because I am, like, kind of, like, working on some videos and stuff. I don't think Jake Paul, he hasn't really been uploading. Let's see. Oh, he has. Well, it's like the all access things, and then he streamed this, like, weigh-in. Speaking of this weigh-in, I'm like, bro, I don't know who did that, but I'm like, okay, if Jake Paul gets demolished in this fight, bro, you set him up for failure. So I guess at this weigh-in, like, I don't know what, like, I think Jake Paul was getting, they were getting ready to walk off and things, and somebody from Jake Paul's group had disrespected Tyron Woodley's mom. Like, bro, that type of stuff, that ain't gonna slide with people. That's not gonna slide. And that's why I'm thinking, like, hey, yo, there's no money in the world that would have me being like, oh, okay, it's like, I'm supposed to just brush that off. Like, Jake Paul might get hurt badly, bruh. Like, he might get hurt badly. I don't think that this is gonna be, some quick fight and things. Cause what, he hasn't really well, then again, he has been kind of disrespectful towards people. I mean, he was disrespectful towards Conor McGregor. I think that's the one. That has to be the next fight, bro. That has to be Jake Paul's next 2 fights. It has to either be KSI or Conor McGregor. Cause I'm like, KSI, I hadn't really seen him box in a while, so that's why I'm kind of curious to see what he'll do. But I'm like, and dang, like, you know, that doubt in KSI, like, I'm like, KSI, I'm sorry, but I'm like, I would imagine that, you know, KSI, because actually, you know what, no, because he said he still trains every day and all of that and stuff, so he's most likely, you know, he's putting in that work and things, but I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, them the 2 guys I need to see Jake Paul fight after this fight. It's either, Conor McGregor or KSI, one of the 2, but I know Conor McGregor, he's injured right now, because that crazy, like, ankle injury that he got, but I'm like, bro needs to do something. But anyways, but yeah, back on this, like, whole, like, somebody, and then, like, Jake Paul, it's funny because Tyron Woodley, he was just ignoring Jake Paul the whole time. Like, he was just ignoring him the whole time. Jake Paul was, like, you know, trying to talk in his ear and get underneath his skin and things, but I'm like, nah, it's like, Tyron Woodley had his eyes locked in on the dude that was disrespecting his mom, rightfully so, because I'm like, whoever that guy is, I'm like, fam, you ain't Jake Paul. Like, I will hurt you badly, bruh. So, play that game if you want to. That ain't gonna be safe for you at the end of the day. So, yeah, I think whoever that guy is, I'm like, yeah, you might want to make sure that you far back or in the back. Like, don't be out there on the side and things if Tyron Woodley wins this fight, because he might look at you and be like, hey, yo, you was the dude disrespecting my mom. Well, I got all this adrenaline rushing through me. Let me just hop through these ropes real quick and just hand you the work. So, yeah, so I'm like, bro, don't do stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, I can't wait for this fight. Like, honestly, I think it's going to be a good fight. So, and that being said, yeah, hopefully, but yeah, like I said, by the time this episode comes out, like, man, it's just gonna be crazy, like, doing that episode talking or doing a video talking on, like, you know, one of these guys winning and stuff. But anyways, in the meantime, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 35 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss, and it will knock $20 off your next purchase. And then also make sure you use my promo code for the supporter creator thing that's going on with Epic Games. Yeah, just, you know, type up TMossBoss, and there you go. But anyways, yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.